Hello everyone, welcome back to Midlife Unfiltered. I'm Jenny Lee, the founder of Midlife Clover Community. Today is a solo episode and I want to talk about something deep in my heart that I think it doesn't get enough attention in midlife. And that is the importance of having community and having the interests of our own. Not just responsibility, not just work, not just caregiving, but real connections and real interests that bring us alive. And I believe this become even more important as we get older. We are more connected digitally, but lonelier emotionally. Here's something that really stopped me in my tracks. According to the World Health Organization, around 1 in 6 people globally experience loneliness. That's not a small number. That's millions of people. And when it comes to the older adults, around 1 in 4 people are considered socially isolated. Think about that for a moment. 1 in 4. Even in a world where we are constantly messaging, scrolling, liking, and sharing, many people still feel deeply disconnected. Because connection isn't just the access to people, it is a feeling seen, feeling understood, feeling like you belong, and those are very different things. Midlife can feel full and yet lonely. I think midlife is one of those seasons where this becomes very real. Because on paper, life may look full: career, business, marriage, children, aging parents, bills, responsibility, appointments, deadlines, group chats, calendar packs. Yet somehow it can still feel lonely, especially in your 40s, 50s, and beyond. You're often the one holding everything together. The dependable one, the responsible one, the fixer, the organizer, the caregiver. But who checks in on you? Who do you call when you need someone? That's why communities matters. Because they create space outside obligation. A place where you can simply be human, not someone boss, not someone parents, not someone spouse, just you. Why community is good for health, not just happiness. This is also bigger than friendship. It affects health. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention say social isolation and loneliness are linked to the increased risk of depression, anxiety, heart disease, stroke, dementia, and even earlier death. There was also research showing older adults experiencing chronic loneliness had up to a 56% higher risk of stroke. That's huge. So when we say go and join a community or pick up a hobby, it's not just about keeping us busy. It can actually be preventative care for our minds, for our bodies, for our emotional well-being. Especially for men in midlife and beyond. And I really want to pause here to talk about men, because I feel this doesn't get talked about enough. Many women, they will join femipreneur groups, communities, and even those kind of specialist focus group. But for many men have spent decades focusing on just work, providing, building, supporting family, showing up, carrying responsibility quietly, and often friendship become their secondary or very activity-based. Works colleagues, golf khakis, army friends, old school friends, the occasional makan session. But emotional support, deeper conversation, regular connection, that can become harder, especially after their career transition, retirement, children moving out, spouse pass on, or life become less structured. socially. A recent survey from the Washington Post found men reported slightly higher loneliness than women in midlife, and were also more likely to say they lack close friendship. And many don't necessarily say, "I'm lonely." It may come out differently. Restlessness, withdrawal, workaholism, silence, low mood, lack of motivation, feeling lost after retirement, feeling uncertain about purpose. That's why interests and community can be incredibly powerful for men. A cycling group, photography walks, coffee gatherings, fitness community, travel groups, mentorship circles, volunteering, even something as simple as weekly breakfast as a group of friends, because it gives rhythm, identity, belonging, and something to look forward to. Interests are not just hobbies. I also think we undervalue interests. People often say, "Oh, it's just a hobby," but I disagree. Your interests are clues to who you are beyond responsibility. They keep you curious. They keep you learning. They keep your mind engaged. And often they bring joy without performance. No KPI, no deadline, no expectation, just enjoyment. And sometimes that enjoyment is healing. Reading, travel, gardening, cooking, painting, fitness, dance, wellness, music, learning a language, creating content, whatever it is. These aren't extras. They are nourishment, especially in midlife. A fuller life is built through connection. I truly believe the quality of our life is shaped not only by what we achieve, but also by how connected we feel while living it. Who we share meals with, who we laugh with, who notices when we are not okay, who celebrates our wins, who walks beside us during transition. And midlife is full of transition. Health changes, career pivots, empty nesting, caregiving, grief, reinvention, and none of that was meant to be navigated alone. And before we end today, I also want to take this opportunity to share something close to my heart. This conversation around connection, purpose, belonging, and navigating midlife together is exactly why I started Midlife Clover Community. Midlife Clover Community was created as a space for midlifers, midlifepreneurs, and beyond to connect, learn, support each other, and embrace this chapter of life with more confidence, curiosity, and joy. A space where we can have honest conversation about health, wellness, caregiving, relationship, career pivots, purpose, aging, identity, and also the lighter things too. Travel, food, lifestyle, friendship, and simply enjoy life. Because midlife isn't the closing chapter. For many of us, it is actually a new beginning. And through Midlife Unfiltered, I hope to keep this conversation open, real, and relatable. No filters, no pretending to have it all figured out, just honest sharing. Real stories, real people, and meaningful conversation. So, if this speaks to you, I would really love for you to be part of this journey with us. Please do like, share, and follow if today's episode resonates with you. And if you have thoughts, questions, experiences, or even topics you would like us to explore, please feel free to drop a comment below or private message me anytime. I genuinely welcome it. If something has been on your mind about midlife, chances are someone else is thinking about that too. And maybe it is a conversation worth having together. And one more thing, If you have a story to share, be it an experience, expertise, or perspective around midlife, wellness, purpose, caregiving, business, relationship, or simply life itself, you might be a wonderful guest for Midlife Unfiltered. Alice and I would love to hear from you. We are always open to meaningful conversation and new voices. Not necessary to be glamorous or successful. In fact, most of us would want to learn from one another how to overcome challenges, obstacles, and failures. So don't be shy, reach out. Thank you again for being here with me today. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being of this growing community. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, stay connected, and remember, you don't have to navigate midlife alone. See you in the next episode of Midlife Unfiltered. Bye!